League 2 new boys Salford City have made a name for themselves in England as a club on the come up. Backed by the owners, the class of 92, ex-Manchester United legends like Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs and none other than David Beckham have invested heavily in the project. The Lions have major aspirations of reaching the Premier League one day in the future and possibly going toe-to-toe with crosstown rivals Big Boys United and City. So today we're taking it to the next level, raising the bar in the Class of 92 Salford City Rebuild Challenge. Here are all the rules and objectives of this very special Rebuild Challenge. Number 1, we're taking over the club as a manager with David Beckham at the helm. As our second objective has a little special twist involved, Ryan Giggs and Paul Scholes will be joining the squad in icon form. They're going to give us a helping hand because unfortunately the likes of Gary Neville and David Beckham, they aren't icons in FIFA 20, so it wasn't possible to add them in. With that being said, we're only allowed to purchase one young talent from both Manchester City and Manchester United, so we've got to pick our investments carefully here. Number 4, in terms of silverware, we need to climb up the divisions and win the Premier League, a domestic cup, and ultimately the Champions League, which we will go ahead to play the final. You know the drill by now, there is always a time limit on these bad boys, a 10-season time limit. We're in it for the long run. It's a decade project here at Salford, so now that you're all caught up, let's get straight into it. Now listen, before we start, I know a lot of you guys are in self-quarantine, you're self-isolating, we all know what's going on in the world right now, so just clear your mind, sit back and relax, grab a few snacks because we are in for one marathon of a video.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
We've arrived, we're here, and David Beckham has taken charge of the helm. Salford will never be the same, so if you go on to enjoy the video, make sure to drop it a like down below. Subscribe if you're new with notifications on so you never miss out on the FIFA 20 content coming to the channel on the regular. And make sure to drop a comment down below, which club should we rebuild next? And lo and behold, here is how this Salford lineup will be looking now with this 4-2-3-1 formation. Our pragmatic approach allows Ryan Giggs and Scholes to fit straight into that starting 11 at CM. Scholesy, the box-to-box midfielder, he's come out of retirement, they've turned back the clock. At 25 years of age, we've got them in their prime. Same for the Welshman, Ryan Giggs moving forward, an out-and-out baller here for Salford City, and we've got two gems on our hands. Paul Scholes, the leader in the dressing room, and Ryan Giggs, the attacking threat going forward. You can't ask for much more. And fully decked out in their Salford kits, they are ready to lead this class of 92 revolution. Like I touched on earlier, no Beckham, no Neville brothers. They're gonna have to do it by themselves. For the rest of the squad though, we're looking to build our foundations upon youth, bring them up and develop our talent, so by the time we hit the Premier League, we are ready to take on the big boys. And with those icon arrivals, we've gone up from a 1.5 star team to a 2-star team, so there are minor improvements, baby steps have been made, but it is going to be a slow process. We're going to have to be frugal with our transfer business. We only have £6.3 million in the bank to start off this season. We are on a shoestring budget, don't get it twisted. There's no need to fear with David Beckham in the hot seat, Sir BCHD in charge of the main transfer operations. We should be at the top in no time. Now let's get stuck into some transfers, baby. And we've kicked off our transfer business with a free agent signing right here. Look who we found lurking over in the free agents. He's found a new home here at Salford City. It is Sebastian Szymanski. The Polish cam, 20 years of age. He's an exciting prospect. At number 10 spot is calling his name. So welcome on over to the club, Mr. Szymanski. And without having spent a penny so far, we finally dipped our toes in the water right here. You know it ain't a BCHD video without a cheeky Italian stallion in the mix. We've invested 800k for the 18-year-old sensation Alessio Riccardi from Roma. The central mid with bags of potential can play at cam as well, and him and Scholes in the midfield, that partnership is going to be electric. His real face is actually scanned in the game, so that just adds an extra element of immersion and realism. Welcome on into Salford City, Riccardi. And right here we have a pretty significant transfer. It is our first Englishman of the video, our first defender, and it will be Japhet Tanganga. It's our most expensive signing as well. For £1.1 million, the 20-year-old arrives from Tottenham Hotspurs, an exciting prospect, and you guessed it, he'll be first name on the team sheet in that defensive department. And it was one of my main objectives this season to secure that goalkeeping position. Let someone have their spotlight in between the sticks for so many years to come, and I've entrusted my faith in the Frenchman Lucas Chevalier. The 17-year-old arrives from Lille for 300k, and he already looks like he's a part of Salford City family. He's got that red jacket already, and the Frenchman will be our main number one. Breaking news, we have found Tanganga's centre-back partner right here with Thiago Jalo for £1.4 million. The Portuguese 19-year-old arrives. We've invested heavily in our defensive department, probably needed the most work, and that is just another fantastic name we've signed up to the squad. And he also has a red shirt already in his picture, so he fits straight into the mold at Salford City. And here is our first player departure of the rebuild. It is Adam Rooney off to Spain to Extremadura UD. I believe they're in the second division. Fear not, it is no Wayne Rooney. The Irish 31-year-old striker now has departed for 390k, so we've got a bit more cash in the bank. We were desperate for a massive presence in up top to fill the void of Adam Rooney's departure, and right here we've got ourselves a flying Dutchman in Joshua Zirkzee. Our brand new talisman arrives for 580k from FC Bayern Munich too, and by the looks of things, he looks very excited to join Salford. David Beckham, I applaud you, sir. He is just out here wheeling and dealing as he's managed to lure over Manchester United's own Mason Greenwood. We've exhausted our condition of only being allowed to sign one player from both Manchester United and Manchester City. This, of course, is the Red Devils case, and the 17-year-old centre forward will add to our attacking firepower. What we've got going forward so far is looking frightening, and I'm putting my money on big old Greenwood to be our main franchise player. He's going to be the leader. You wait and see. Mason's going to be a future club legend. We have drained every single last penny out of our budget right here to fund the move for Billy Gilmore, the Scotsman out of the Chelsea Youth Academy, arrives for £1.2 million. Our UK player talent base continues to grow, and I was thinking to myself, Scholes and Billy Gilmore, the past and the future combining right here. It's the master and apprentice scenario. That'll be a match made in heaven. Most of our shopping is complete, and now it's time for some departures. We've offloaded the likes of Maynard off to Rotherham United for 130k, and Diesuerve, I'm not going to pronounce that name, Emmanuel, is off to Pohang Steelers for 320k. We have reached deadline day. The summer transfer window is about to come to a halt, and we have been bustling right here. We've been grinding out these transfers. It was way busier than I anticipated. £7.3 million worth of signings in, £1 million worth of sales. We've made a bit of profit there with a few deadline day departures with Wiseman and Pond departing, and finally we can get on with season 1. Some last minute tactical decisions have seen us switch it up a bit. We've gone for the 3-5-2 formation. Unfortunate stuff, but Zirkzee and Greenwood will be our strike partnership going forward. Scholes and Gilmore in the midfield, and in my personal opinion, I believe like we're promotion favourites. At least maybe we can fight for a playoff spot. Let's see how we get on in League 2. And no way, we have absolutely smashed it out the ballpark. Come the end of our first season, Salford City not only gunning for promotion, but taking out the title with an 122-point campaign. We obliterated the competition, and you love to see it. We've earned promotion to Div 3. In the FA Cup, we made a surprisingly deep run here with Swansea City knocking us out 3-0 in round 4. Carabao Cup elimination saw us defeated 3-0 to the hands of Southend in round 2. And it was heartbreak in the leasing.com trophy, the most coveted prize in world football. We lose out to Sunderland 2-0 in the final, boys. What is going on? As we take a glance over at our top performers, who are the main protagonists in this promotion push, and without a slither of a doubt, it was Giggsy with 38 goals and 13 assists, double figures in both departments, alongside Scholesy with 22 goals and 15 assists. The icons look like they are carrying this Salford City on their back, and we do have the third best player, the best player out of the non-icons. It is Mason Greenwood, 19 goals and 6 assists for the youngster, with Jake Jervis, who's actually a Salford City original. There's Joshua Zirkzee with 10 goal contributions. Sebastian Semansi, for a free agent, he has pulled through with 14 assists, 20 goal contributions for the Polish playmaker. And with our first attempt, we achieved our main goal this year of promotion. League 1 awaits, and the third division of English football is going to welcome on Salford. Let's get this survival campaign up and running. Season 2, let's have it. We are not wasting any time here in our second season. We're going to kick things off in the transfer window with a defensive acquisition. It will be over from Manchester City, Taylor Harwood-Bellis. We have poached a young defensive talent. He is English from Manchester City, so that condition is now expired. We cannot buy any more players from United or City. Greenwood and Harwood-Bellis will be joining Salford City for 840k. He will be a great little addition into our defensive backline, provided bit of depth. Harwood-Bellis, welcome on over to the club. Right here, right now, we've got our most expensive expensive signing to date. One of our highest rated players that aren't an icon. It is Mohamed Salisu for £9 million. We've activated his release clause. The Ghanaian centre-back arrives, I believe, from Valladolid in La Liga. We've aimed to improve the defense going into a higher division, and still our French goalkeeper is developing, he's growing, so we need a bit more protection in that three-man backline, and I believe Salisu is the perfect candidate. A defensive brick wall has joined us here at Salford City, and you bet we are taking full advantage of these cheap release clauses right here. Once we see them pop up, it is so hard not to activate them. For £7.2 million, the Argentine Augustin Urzi, the 20-year-old, is a left midfielder, but we will be choosing to deploy him on that right-hand side. 73 overall. Believe it or not, it's the first time in FIFA 20 that I've actually signed this guy. I'm keen to see how he grows, develops, and performs here in League 2. Today was a good day though. Augustin Urzi signs a 5-year deal here at Salford City. I low-key want to nickname him Lil Urzi, but that'll be up for debate. And in an attempt to balance the books, we can't have too many signings without a few sales, and here we have Danny Whitehead off to Vitrol for 430k. We get a bit of resources in the bank. The English midfielder, he was a bit of deadwood, so we made the crucial decision of selling him on. It came to my attention that we were currently in a goalkeeper crisis. We had no backup for our main man, Chevalier. The Frenchman was all alone, so we've brought in some friendly, healthy competition in Diego Altuve from Real Madrid for £1.15 million. The Spaniard moves on over to England. League One has come calling. I'll leave them to fight it out for that number one position. Let's see who comes out on top. Altuve, welcome to the club. That is going to perfectly wrap up our business here this summer. For Season 2, we came prepared for League 1. I'm aiming for that playoff spot. Hopefully, we could just make it through to promotion, and maybe the championship will come calling. Nevertheless, League 1 ain't ready. £18.1 million spent, and we are looking as better than ever. Start popping those champagne bottles. Get on top of that parade bus, because Salford are headed off to the championship. Blast some Drake on the speaker, because we have gone back-to-back 130 points here in League 1. The third division has been wiped clean, and the class of 92 could not be happier, only losing 2 games. Barnsley come up with us. As we scroll through the other competitions, they lost out in round 3 to Sheffield United 3-1. Manchester City got their revenge and managed a 2-0 victory in round 4 of the Carabao Cup. It was a leasing.com disaster after we got eliminated in the area quarter-final 4-3 on penalties to Ipswich. What has this club come to? I am disappointed. The championship awaits the Lions in Season 3 as they continue up their meteoric rise in English football, and once again, it was the 2 class of 92 icons carrying this squad to the top. 39 goals from Paul Scholes, 19 assists as well. 45 goal contributions for Sir Ryan Giggs. The Welshman managed 33 goals and 12 assists, and Mason Greenwood continues to keep pace at the top. Our third best player in terms of performances, 17 in both goals and assists. His strike partner in Joshua Zirkzee managed 14 goals and 4 assists. Sebastian Szymanski, the Polish hidden gem, managed 12 goals and 5 assists. Augustin Urzi in his debut campaign, 6 goals and 9 assists. And it looks like Diego Altuve won out the battle in between the sticks. It was 3 assists and 21 clean sheets over Chevalier. The Frenchman has taken a back seat, and he might be our backup option moving forward. We're feeling on top of the world. It has been a long time coming, and it just feels like with Beckham at the helm, anything is possible right now. And it's not a matter of how, it's a matter of when will we get promoted to the Premier League. We are 1 promotion, 1 division away, and I cannot wait to get Season 3 up and running. It's a new season, time for a fresh new start and a different approach heading into this transfer window. Our bench was begging for a super sub, a man that can come on, make an impact, get a goal in the last few minutes, and we have acquired the chosen one, Rhian Brewster. Now 21 years of age, only for £5 million, 72 overall, and he's an exciting prospect from Liverpool. A lot of you Liverpudlians will know all about him. We need someone to fill the void, that role of a Javier Hernandez, Chicharito vibe. Say no more, Rhian Brewster's signed on the dotted line. As we start to make the shift over to a more quality over quantity mentality, we win the race for Francisco Montero, the Spanish centre-back, and probably is awarded the best 2D profile picture in FIFA history. We've seen some bangers in the past, but he is just rocking those glasses like nobody else would. Are they ski glasses? Are they just meme glasses? Who knows? However, the Spaniard has a unique twang to him. Hopefully he can defend better than he can show off those glasses. 22 22 years of age, and he arrives for £6 million from Atletico Madrid. As our desire continued to purchase another attacking threat that would happily sit on the substitutes bench for now, we managed to get our hands on Felix Correa. He will be signing up at Salford for £7.2 million from AZ Alkmaar. The man from Portugal will be the second Portuguese player to sign up here at the club. He's shown great potential already, and I think our brand new number 16 could cause a bit of problems from off the bench. He can play on either side of the wings, he's versatile, he's young, he's got room to grow. What more can you want? Felix Correa, welcome on over to the Championship. We know that the Championship is a physically demanding and tough league to participate in, so we focused on developing our bench. Our depth is absolutely insane at the moment. I believe it has been effective and efficient business to the class of 92 march on. I got faith in the lads that they can stamp their authority upon the second division and really cement their position as Championship staples. There's a first time for everything, and this time around it was the first time we didn't achieve over 100 points. 97 points. We managed to land on 4th position as well. Fulham and Bournemouth retain automatic promotion to the Premier League. Meanwhile, we're gonna have to battle it out with Sheffield, West Brom and Norwich for that last promotion spot. It's clubs like Blackburn, Sunderland and Southend being condemned back down to League One. Sunderland beat us out in Season 1 to the Leasing.com trophy, and now take a look at them. We're just absolutely in contrasting positions at the moment. FA Cup time now, and Liverpool managed to demolish us 4-0 in round 5. Over in the Carabao Cup, we surprisingly made it all the way to the quarterfinals, managed to get eliminated by Manchester United 3-1, but we put up a good fight. And the promotion playoff semi-finals already went down over 2 legs. We beat out West Brom 2-1 over there against Norwich. Sheffield, a 4-3 aggregate win. That would have been a thriller. We've qualified for the big dance. Salford City, they're after back-to-back promotions, and can they do it at Wembley? We're gonna have to find out. It's the most expensive game in football. We're up against the Blades. Let's take them on. Xerxes injured for this one, so Ryan Brewster will take his position. We look like we're down in the dumps with the board. They are not liking us for some reason. 51 manager overall rating. That is a bit harsh, but if we win tonight, it could all change around. Let's see. We're taking a trip to Wembley. Let's see if Salford City can do the job. And the Blades have taken it out 3-2 in extra time. And 104th minute strike from Basham gets Sheffield promoted to the Premier League. And we are left to rot at least for one more season in the Championship. And we have lost out on our 3rd consecutive promotion.
No, I'm not having this. I'm not having this. No.
What a moment. What an arc in the story. We need our ups and downs. We need to not always go through highs. It's alright to experience some major L's like that. And now we're taking a glance over at our top performers, our Crusaders, heading out into the Championship. And they were so close to getting us that Premier League promotion. Nevertheless, Ryan Giggs once more with 28 goals, our top goal scorer, 16 assists, and then we have little Paul Scholes managing to get 45 goal contributions, double figures not only in goals and assists, but also both getting in the 20s for goals and assists, which is astounding. Greenwood, it is our usual top 3. We're used to seeing by now 16 goals, but big old Mason and Ryan Brewster managed to urge his way into the starting 11, 10 goals and 3 assists off the bench. Augustin Urzi from right mid managed 7 goals and 5 assists. The South American still doing quite decent, and our free agent Szymanski managed 7 goals and 3 assists, 10 goal contributions. Billy Gilmore in the midfield tearing it up with 5 goals and 3. Alessio Riccardi, our Italian stallion, still managing to get the job done in the middle of the park. And the goalkeeping war continues. It looks like Chevalier has fought his way back to that number 1 spot. We have gotten 22 clean sheets for the Frenchman. It was a bittersweet ending to Season 3, but everything happens for a reason. The Championship, we are gunning for the title, not just promotion. I want top spot come Season 4. And we're going to approach things with full force. Let's go ahead. Season 4, you ain't even ready. In what has been our most expensive player transfer to date, Beckham has snatched up an upgrade for that cam spot. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Szymanski's going to take a back seat on the bench and make room for the Hungarian playmaker Dominik Szoboszlai. We've replaced the Pole with a man that has another long last name and starts with S, so I think they got a lot in common. Truth be told, I haven't really used him all too much this year in FIFA 20, so let's give him a shot here at Salford City. I think he can do the job. You know, when it's all those random numbers, we had to negotiate hard for this one. Roy Hodgson wasn't keen on giving up his 21-year-old gem. Hopefully he can create, score, do it all in the midfield. Dominik will be our main marquee signing, joining us here in Season 4. The last hour of deadline day is here, and that is where our business concluded. We just sought after Szoboszlai, and that was it. One man was on our shortlist, and we managed to go ahead and lure him. Premier League, we're coming for you. With a 67 manager rating, we are hanging on in there, and I think that is a team destined for promotion. Let's see how they perform in Season 4. It has been a long time coming, 4 seasons in the making, but say it all together now. We are Premier League. Say we are Premier League. Promotion, finishing top, taking out the league on 123 points. We actually had very tight contenders in there with Huddersfield Town pushing us all the way, only getting 1 spot off the top spot, but they still get promotion. It was a season we all dreamt of, and now there is no doubt we have made it to the top division of English football. What a season. The Premier League is off into the distance for now as we check up on our other competitions. In the FA Cup, we get knocked out to Chelsea 4-1 in round 4. And it was another disappointing Carabao Cup run in round 3. Manchester City put us in our place of 4-0 elimination. Let's find out who stepped up, who raised their game, and it looks like Mason Greenwood had the season of his life, being the only player to get our top goal scorer award, excluding the icons. 38 goals and 10 assists, double figures in both areas, and 48 goal contributions in 54 appearances. As always, the class of 92 icons doing their bit. 31 goals for Paul Scholes from centre mid, and we also have Ryan Giggs on that left hand side, 21 goals and 19 assists. 16 goal contributions for the Hungarians' debut campaign. Alessio Riccardi managed 7 goal contributions from midfield, and then Sebastian Szymanski, the Pole, still had a role to play, 5 goals and 7, and then Joshua Zirkzee, I think, took a bit of a backseat this year on the subs bench, only managing 5 goals. And this goalkeeping competition, this tug of war, has been one of the most exciting elements of this rebuild so far. Altuve, the Spaniard, to take back the mantle of being the starting goalkeeper in between the sticks. 2 assists and 24 clean sheets. This is going to be a thrilling contest headed into the Prem. That is exactly what you need. Some healthy competition in the team. It's going to push players to perform at their best. And now we have reached the promised land. Let's get straight into Season 5, exactly halfway through this rebuild challenge. Now, upon our highly anticipated debut to the Premier League, we have ran into a multitude of problems, and the first we've addressed right here is centre-back cover. We have spent £18 million on Liverpool's Dutch talent, Kijana Hover. Now, you might be thinking, we play at 3 at the back, we don't need a right back, but it's the versatility that I adore. In this man right here, can play a centre-back as well, and he gives us the frame of mind that if we go ahead and change into a different formation, we've got a right back to cover. So welcome on over to Salford, Kijana Hover. What has been arguably our biggest and most inconvenient problem so far was our transfer budget. We had to renew literally every single contract in the club this season, and that means we've had to go bargain hunting. Right here, we have sealed the deal for Ahmet Kutucu. I'm not all too sure, but the Turkish striker joins us for a fraction of his value. He's worth £20.5 million. We've picked him up for less than $4 million. That is right. So BCHD, David Beckham is at it again. He's being smart with his money, and we've activated yet another release clause, and that'll be our final signing of the window. Welcome on over to the Prem, our brand new number 10. Our transfer budget went from £80 million to less than $12 million throughout our bulk renewal of all the contracts in the club. I'm praying that can get us over the line in the Premier League, because the goal this time around is to survive. The quality is getting better and better every season, so let's see if the lads can take on the Premier League. So not only were we not involved in a Premier League relegation battle, we were actually contending up there with the big boys. We were pushing for Europe. Yes, we were a lot of points behind the mark. We were way out of the contest for top 4, but I guess that is great signs. We got some brilliant things to look forward to in the future, but it was Norwich, Watford, and Huddersfield all going back down. We stayed way clear of that area. One more season in the top flight confirmed, and maybe we can even push for Europe next season. But in round 5 of the FA Cup, we got slaughtered 3-1 to City. It was another pathetic Carabao Cup display as well. A 4-0 elimination early in round 2 to Arsenal. And here are how the club's debut Premier League stars have performed this time around in the top division. We'll take a look at our top goal scorer in Paul Scholes, once more the captain, bagging 26 goals and 6 assists. Mason Greenwood, despite picking up a nasty injury, managed to get 29 goal contributions, one of his best seasons to date. He stepped up to the top division, and Ryan Giggs now starting to decline at 29 years of age, 12 goals and 9 assists. I sure do hope that Paul Scholes and Giggs don't retire before this video is over, because that would be sad. Nevertheless, Joshua Zirkzee, Greenwood's strike partner, managing 7 goals, 5 goals off the bench for Ahmet Kutucu. Our Hungarian maestro, Salford Szoboszlai with 4 goals and 4 assists. Alessio Riccardi in there, now reaching 80 overall with 3 goals. The goalkeeping war continues between Altuve and Chevalier. It is the Frenchman and the Spaniard going at it. They're both 76 overall, and they're sharing pretty much the same amount of game time. We might need to look into an elite goalkeeper going into Season 6. Well, our resources were drained. We were caught off guard this time around, but we are going to be back in for Season 6 with a second stab at the league and hopefully run for the European places. So let's get straight into it. And that's more like it. 72 mil this time in the bank. It's time to get our hands dirty and get some deals over the line. Our goalkeeping rivalry was becoming too strong. It was starting to be toxic towards the end, and we finally find our solution, our world-class replacement for both the Frenchman Chevalier and Altuve. It will be Ionut Radu. The Romanian comes in at 27 years of age. He's in his prime right now. He's very well rated at 82, better than both our current goalkeepers. For £26.5 million, he'll be our flat-out number 1, and he's arrived from Inter Milan over in the Serie A. Brace yourselves for our best signing to date right here. We have won the race for Florentino Luiz. He's a CDM from Portugal, and he's arrived from, you guessed it, the Serie A again, from Piemonte Calcio. The 24-year-old arrived. There was a real lack in the squad of CDM, defensive-minded players in the middle, and for 42.3 million, he's our most expensive yet, and I'm looking forward to the Portuguese unit dominating the midfield and being our metronome. A similar number of deals completed this time around in Season 6, but it was a contrasting approach from our last transfer window. We've picked up quality over quantity. We've upgraded and improved certain starting 11 positions, and I believe that is going to make that major impact that we are all after on a dream big Champions League qualification to come in our second Premier League season. Beckham and his Salford boys are more than ready to take this year by the scruff of the neck. Here we go, wrap it up Season 6, and we have finally come to a European spot. I do believe that is a Europa League position, sitting in 5th with 86 points. We were 2 points away from Champions League spots. Nevertheless, Man City on top with 100 points. Salford are slowly but surely climbing up to the top with the big dogs. A round 6 elimination to Watford in the FA Cup was the tip of the iceberg in terms of our embarrassing cup runs. We did have a 4-0 smackdown to Manchester United in the Carabao Cup as well. The prospect of finally getting European football for next season, we've qualified for the Europa. It definitely puts a smile on my face. We've come a long way, and these were our top performers in the Premier League. It clearly shows that the icons are still carrying here, with Paul Scholes, 18 goals and 11 assists, tied with the top goal scorer, Mason Greenwood, 18 goals and 8 for him, and then Ryan Giggs, our second class of 92 member, Dominic Szoboszlai, our Hungarian playmaker, in there with 20 goal contributions. Xerxes managed 11 goals, meanwhile Kuduku off the bench, managing to get 8 goals in his appearances, and then Alessio Riccardi also bagging 4 alongside Ryan Brewster. At least competition for our number 1 spot in between the sticks is all but over. Radu managed 17 clean sheets in his debut here at Salford City. I'm going to be honest, Dean Henderson was my main choice, but considering we already bought a player from Manchester United and the condition we have in place already, we couldn't purchase Dean Henderson. Nevertheless, the Romanian has definitely lived up to the hype. As we simulate forward into lucky Season 7, we have never been more hungry. The Salford City Class of 92 rebuild is only just getting warmed up. You know how I was talking about lucky Season 7? We should definitely be counting our lucky stars right now, because we have found the ultimate replacement, the heir to the throne of Ryan Giggs down that left-hand side. It is Jadon Sancho arriving here at Salford City to kick off the summer with a bang. The English talent now developed into an elite baller at 92 overall. He arrives from Borussia Dortmund. No one picked him up, and we managed to get his release clause activated for £74 million. He's valued at nearly 100 million. We have found the deal of the century. This will go down in history, and with the addition of Sancho, our Champions League hopes are going to skyrocket. We have managed to renew a ton of contracts this season, and also we've invested in a centre-back leader. We've been crying out for it for a while now. A lot of the young talents we acquired from over the years just haven't cut it out, haven't grown to the rate I thought they would, and we've decided to recruit our first Brazilian so far, Luis Felipe. The 28-year-old arrives from Fiorentina for £42.2 million, and he has stretched out our budget. We have literally spent every single last penny on him. At 86 overall, he's our highest rated defender defender, and he will slot straight into the starting 11. If you're willing enough to put Ramos on the back of your jersey, I'm expecting a lot more clean sheets, headed goals, and even red cards this season. A bit of a PSA right here. I should have mentioned this way early in the video, but there are icons scattered throughout this entire career mode save. Due to the fact that we had to load the likes of Paul Scholes and Ryan Giggs into the side, there have been icons prime in free agents, and they have just been able to sign for anyone. They have been let loose into the wild. Something that was in the back of my mind I completely forgot about throughout this entire video. The difficulty level of this rebuild challenge has just gone through the roof. Two marquee additions in Sancho and Luis Felipe. The writing is on the wall. I can see that Champions League qualification coming on strong in Season 7. We are primed and ready to go. We have two major injuries though. Greenwood and Radu are both out with nasty injuries. Nevertheless, Giggs and Sancho on either side of the wings. This is a match made in heaven. We haven't let the icons phase us for all this time. We're definitely not going to let them get to us here in Season 7 as we finish Premier League runners-up. We've pulled through in second position with 93 points, only 11 points behind Manchester City at the top. It is going to be a difficult task to take them down, but Liverpool and Arsenal also finish in the top 4. Meanwhile, at the bottom, it is Southampton, Huddersfield, and Norwich all getting relegated. We're slowly starting to ingrain that winning mentality into our minds. Over in the FA Cup though, round 4 elimination to Manchester City, we haven't really boded well in all these cup competitions so far, and the round 4 curse continued here with Manchester United. For the first time in the rebuild, we had to battle on multiple fronts, and that included Europe. We have the Champions League winners Bayern Munich. In the group, we were placed in Group D alongside Bruges, Fenerbahce, and Sion. We finished on top, invincible, 6 wins out of 6, and then we move on into the round of 32. We beat out Portuguese side Braga 5-1 on aggregate, and then it came on over to the round of 16, and of course we had to face an English opposition, Liverpool, 3-1 on aggregate. We get dumped out of the Europa League rather early. We have to thank our Premier League performances, as domestically in the league we were spot on, and a brand new champion has taken the top throne, getting his second consecutive golden boot with 48 goals and 4 assists, 52 goal contributions. Mason Greenwood, we definitely made the right decision, him being our one and only Manchester United signing. Still only at 24 years of age, he has nearly hit the peak of his powers. Paul Scholes still up there with 26 goals and 16 assists. Sebastian Szymanski has climbed all the way up to a 91 overall, 17 goals and 14 assists. Ryan Giggs, like I said, we needed that replacement with Jadon Sancho on the left. He's gone down to a 90 now, so 12 goals and 17 assists. Still brilliant numbers he's putting up. And Alessio Riccardi has really made that centre mid position his own. Ryan Brewster getting 6 goals off the bench, 9 goal contributions for Joshua Zirkzee. Sancho had a bit of a lackluster debut season here at Salford. Maybe he's got to get used to the Premier League. 3 goals and 4 assists for our £70 million man. And Radu is definitely holding his own in goal. 1 assist and 21 clean sheets here in his second season. As we approach Season 8, we have 2 seasons left to complete the challenge. The time limit is getting to us. I'm starting to feel a little bit stressed, but I have faith in the lads. Let's get this Champions League debut underway. In recent years, our transfer business has shifted towards more domesticated English talent, and that is exactly how we're going to start off this transfer window. Bukayo Saka has signed on the dotted line, and for £34.1 million, the Arsenal wonder kid arrives here at Salford. And we're also weakening fellow Premier League opposition, so it's a win-win. Our second investment here in Season 8 has been a player that's been on my radar for quite some time now. It is the Ivorian little nifty midfielder, Junior Hamid Traore. Now that we're in the Champions League, we're going to need that depth to fight on multiple fronts, win at least just a bit of silverware, and the Ivorian will definitely help our cases as our brand new number 22 arrives for 52 million over from Empoli. As soon as you take a look at this transfer fee, you know that we were scraping the bottom of the barrel. We'll try to find a few little coins hidden under the couch to fund this transfer move. For 71.168,324 million, we've acquired the services of a massive German general at the back. We needed to quench our thirst of a elite centre-back talent. Nicolas Sula is not messing about. He's one of the world's best, and once more, like the Saka deal, we are weakening a Premier League opposition. He arrives from Chelsea. The Blues have lost an incredible asset, and we have gained a significant defender. Come to think of it, this could be our most important season yet, so let's see how the class of 92 and Beckham's boys perform. For the first time, the Lions have made it to Europe's elite competition, and they've been drawn in Group F for their maiden campaign. RB Leipzig, Valencia, and Shakhtar Donetsk come to join us, so trips to Germany, Spain, and Ukraine, it's an interesting mix. I think they can top that. To our surprise in Group F, RB Leipzig gave us a tough time. We finish in second with 14 points. They go top on head-to-head or goals for. I'm not too sure how it all works out. But here in the round of 16, we are up against AC Milan. We're into the knockout rounds now, and it's time to put a little bit of a cup run together. And here we have it. The deed is done. The Premier League trophy is ours. It is sealed and secured, and Salford going to win their first ever Premier League. How'd we do it, you ask? Well, it was an absolutely brutal campaign. Manchester City pushing us to the last day of the season. It was a centurion battle, and we only both lost once apiece. Arsenal, the closest contenders to the both of us, 92 points, but we finish on top with 105. Man City have really given us a tough time throughout this whole entire rebuild, and as you can see there, the FA Community Shield, they took us out on penalties, so I guess you can say this is a little bit of our revenge. It is a dish best served ice cold. Would you look at this injected into my veins? It should be Manchester United we're taking on, but I guess it's the next best thing. Manchester City in the FA Cup final. We'll go ahead and simulate that, but what a journey it has been. We knocked out the likes of Chelsea, Aston Villa, Bristol City, and of course Wimbledon. And our dream of winning the Carabao Cup continues to go begging as we get eliminated 4-2 in aggregate to Arsenal in the semi-finals. Now in the most important competition of all, the Champions League, we took down AC Milan 4-2 in the round of 16, which made ourselves into the quarterfinals. And again, we're up against Manchester City. How many times have we versed this damn team? We managed to scrape by 2-1. Now in the semi-finals against the likes of Barcelona, Champions League royalty 3-2. And it looks like we are up against Real Madrid. Los Blancos face us in the final. If it wasn't them, it would have been Roma. But nevertheless, it is Salford versus Real Madrid in the 2027 Champions League final. And we have exploded out of the stratosphere with this side. Literally our entire starting 11, nearly all 90 overall. But now it is time for the FA Cup final. I'm going to click advance. Here we go. It is our chance to win a domestic cup competition against Manchester City. And as that boy Mason Greenwood, what am I even saying? Phil Foden. They're lucky we didn't steal him off him, because we could have gone for Phil Foden in the early years. We didn't. We chose Mason Greenwood and Harwood Bellis. And Salford get to lift up the FA Cup at Wembley. 2 pieces of domestic silverware are retained. 2 major trophies this season. And before we get into the big dance, we are moments away from it. I want to shed some light, show some love, and just give some appreciation to our top performers here in Season 8. Shout out to Sebastian Szymanski, the free agent ever since League 2 days. He has climbed with us up the divisions. He never gave up, no matter how many people we signed, no matter how much competition he faced. He managed to score 28 goals and 13 assists. Mason Greenwood this time not getting the golden boot, in there with 23 goals and 8 assists. Ryan Giggs still at a ripe 32 years of age. The Welshman on the left getting 16 goals and 15 assists. Paul Scholes in the midfield, a man we've relied on for so many years, the captain of this Salford side. The Flying Dutchman Joshua Zirkzee managed 14 goals and 2 assists. Jadon Sancho had a bit of a better season this time around, 10 goals and 8. Alessio Riccardi managed 13 goal contributions. And it's Nicolas Sula from centre back, 7 goals. I guess he's an aerial threat. And it's Ahmed Kuchuku, the Turkish striker, with 5 goals off the bench. It seems like this time around the goals were a lot more spread out, and we do have Ionut Radu. We trusted in the Romanian, still only 86 overall, 1 assist and 33 clean sheets. It's one last look at the legacy we have made, the dynasty we have built. Salford will never be the same. From 4th tier, 1.5-star strugglers to Champions League contenders. It's been a privilege, and they are now in the position to maybe even go on and win the treble tonight. It'll be a historic day. It'll be a historic match, not only in club history, but for English football as well. Some domestic talent, foreign talent, icons in the mix, you name it. This Salford squad has it all, and I can't wait for the big dance to finally get underway.
We
Even though we're up against Real, I was feeling confident coming into this match, but after seeing those lineups, they are literally comprised of 80% icons. I mean, this is a frightening Los Blancos team we're coming up against. Galacticos galore, and even Puyol's joined in on the fight. I am absolutely frightened, but I'm keeping the faith. These Salford boys know how to put up a good fight. So let's see who will get the better of who, and Casemiro nearly off the kickoff.
I'm in danger.
We try and find Szymanski, off to Zirkzee. Now Greenwood. Oh, Zirkzee wasn't onside, and he's missed it anyway. The Norwegian tries to play it through. It is Raul. We're aware of the cutback. And now Kimmich. And there we go. Sula deals with it. The German to the German. And we've kept him onside. At the back stick is Socrates. And the Brazilian heads Real Madrid into the lead. It only took them 25 minutes. A bit of sloppy defending at the back stick. But their number 36 opens the scoring. And it's Real Madrid 1, Salford 0. I can't lie. I have to be honest and say it was coming. We've been on the back foot ever since kickoff. Vieira. They've got so many hard men in the middle. And oh, Vinicius Jr. Odegaard. How has that worked its way through? Radu has let that one so easily past him. And with 36 minutes played, Los Blancos get double their advantage before the half. We are absolutely all over the place. We can't even string 2 passes together, let alone form a counter-attack. And Real Madrid with ease find their second. Come on, lads. We need to get a goal back at least if we want any chance of this match. Greenwood unleash, and Courtois with the first save of the game. They're gonna go for it, oh, that was nearly the third from Socrates. And that'll be halftime. Maybe it's a Beckham halftime team talk that we need. We need a Champions League final miracle.
You blame everything. Blame me, blame fucking pitch, ref, system, tactics. You want to have a look at your fucking self, some of your fucking mirror.
Off we go, and this is where we do not give up, lads. Let's put everything into this second half. So Boslai, we've opened him up. Now Zirkzee, can we start off the second half the best way possible? Zirkzee cuts it back. Szymanski, our day one hero. The number 14 gets out first, halving the deficit. And that is a picturesque way to start off the second 45. The pole gets us back into the match. And Zirkzee all of a sudden attracted 3 defenders. The Flying Dutchman opened up that Real defense like it was the Red Sea and perfectly tucked into that bottom right-hand corner. We've got a game on our hands. Salford ain't gonna give up that easy.
Oh, go on then.
Sula, he's given it away, and now it is time for Radu to come out. Raul, you're joking, man. Why have we done that mistake? A fault from the back, and it's Raul absolutely pummeling that one home one-on-one. He's got ice in his vein, and the Spanish legend returns back to his boyhood club. As soon as we found ourselves a slither of hope, it was a third. Sula's fault, but Radu should have came out and claimed it earlier. The Romanian has let us down in the final.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
No, what the I have no words. I honestly have no words. This has turned into a disaster. And now we find ourselves 4-1 down with 60 minutes played, and they don't even look like they've warmed up yet. This is just a training match for Real Madrid and their abundance of icons. A defensive error from Saul. I'm trying to head it away, and he's headed it straight into a beautiful position for Vinicius Jr. to strike, and Radu's just let that one, he didn't bother to jump or anything. It was just, let's just have it over the head, and let's just have an easy fourth.
This is fucked. This is not right. This is not cool. This is fucking bullshit.
Scholes win it. Scholes gets to Zirkzee. Zirkzee somehow!
I don't know what he brings to the party. I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Beautiful. Bought a ball from Scholes. Now the Hungarian, Szoboszlai. Put it away, son. Yes, there we go. Szoboszlai gets us back in it. We've halved the deficit again. He's stuck into the net, the poor bloke, but he's gotten our goal. I just got to hope to send it into extra time. We can't even think about the winner at this stage. We've got a mountain to climb, and at the near post, Courtois gets caught out, and our Hungarian gets the better of the Belgian. 20 minutes left. Anything is possible, boys. Come on. They're so good it hurts, man. It is actually scary how good this Real team is. Let's go. Szymanski again. Can he set up someone? Zirkzee's on the run. Zirkzee back heel. Greenwood's there. Greenwood one-on-one. Don't stuff it up. And he doesn't. He doesn't fluff his lines. And with 10 minutes left, we have 1 goal to get the equalizer. We can't pick up the ball. But Mason Greenwood, after a beautiful sweeping team move, it is 4-3. And the blood is absolutely rushing through my veins. I've got a bit of a blocked nose, but I'm pushing through it. We need someone to show their worth on the pitch. Sancho, blistering pace. The flag stays down. It could be double trouble. No. Our subs are supposed to come on. I want Giggsy on. Scholes. Szoboszlai. Oh, that was a touch too hard. Szoboszlai. Oh my god, he's done his man. Szymanski through to Zirkzee. Szymanski get the header. Oh, Courtois gone the wrong way. And the Belgian has made an absolute fool of himself in the final. Laurie's 2018 World Cup vibes right there. And Szymanski gets his double.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
It has got us the equalizer. It is 4-4. I cannot contain myself right here. What is going on? Zirkzee 1-on-1. From point blank range. Did it take a deflection or something? What even went on? As Courtois flipped the other way. We'll take a better look at it here. Szymanski versus Puyol. Who would have thought? And Courtois has dived completely under the ball. One of the easiest strikes you'll ever see. And it's payback. It is karma for that stupid Vinicius Jr. header we conceded earlier. And in the 86th minute, Szymanski might have been able to push it to extra time. And now our 3 subs come on. After all that, it's been a roller coaster so far. Szymanski finds Kuchuku all alone. Kuchuku, the Turk, might have the chance to finish it here. Oh, the pressure's got to him. Scholes back in the middle. And now, why is it our defenders all open? We need someone to hit it. 1 minute of extra time. Greenwood, can he get a brace? What a challenge from Nesta, but it's Paul Scholes to hit it, and it's just wide. What is happening? And we've had so many chances to put it away. We've come alive in this second half. Do they let us get one more attack? No. Extra time it is then. That has been a bizarre second half. One of the most insane Champions League finals I've ever played, and it's only going to get better.
We're back and we're ready for it all over again.
An 8-goal thriller. Are you not entertained? Come on, guys. This is fucking content we're pumping out right now. And let's just hope it is a 5th in our favor. No. No, Riccardi. Don't get nutmegged. Casemiro. Bullshit, man. I am nearly about to throw my PC out the window. I am furious. I'm fuming. I am torn to shreds. And Sula again at fault. Radu can't save anything to save his life. And the Romanian has got us into this mess. How are we going to get out of it? 5-4 to Real Madrid. And he couldn't even get a fingertip to that. Oh, Sancho. How's he done that? Kimmich. The pace on him. Greenwood in the middle. Greenwood again. Greenwood, let's go, baby. The start of the second half of extra time. And Sancho made the Real defenders fall on their feet for him. And that is, how many equalizers have we got in this video? I'm not too sure. But the whole team is in on this one celebrating. They know how important that goal is. Sancho made Puyol look like a fool. And it landed straight back into the path of Greenwood. The touch was perfection. And the number 19 slotted into an empty net. And we are now into 5-5 territory. A 10-goal thriller. And Zidane's thought he's won this about 3 separate occasions. But no, we've shown the fighting spirit. And we're back into it. 107th minute strike right there. I don't even want to celebrate because I know something's just going to happen and we're just going to go straight back down to earth. Let's just hope for penalties at this rate. Giggs throws it in. Scholes fools his man. Scholes, he might have a go, you know. Paul Scholes for the winner. 5 minutes from time and an 115th minute strike from the captain. Cometh the hour, cometh the man, and he's been with us ever since he bought out the club all those years ago with the class of 92. And oh, he's bent it like Beckham there on the sidelines. The manager would have been proud of that one. He's had a few opportunities in this match. He's made them go begging, but he's made up for it there. And 8 seasons have all come down to that strike. David Beckham could not have been prouder. And the man who potentially could lift up the crown tonight for us. Europe has watched an absolute spectacular display. And Salford, dare I say it, might even be on the cusp of glory. I can't doubt out this icon squad. I just can't. My heart's racing at 1,000,000 miles an hour. I should be on ultra defensive right now. I'm just gonna, no. Get it out of there, Sancho. Boot it out of there. Real might have one opportunity. We're just gonna take out someone. Sancho's gonna get a red card, but it's just gonna waste time. It was Greenwood, actually. Okay, I feel bad now. Greenwood, he should be in the celebrations, but he's not going to be. Greenwood, we're gonna miss you. We're gonna remember you. You will be in the celebrations in spirit. And there we go. We're allowed to celebrate. And Salford City, after an 11-goal thriller, that is got to be the best Champions League final I have ever played, not only on YouTube, but in my entire career mode life right there. and we get the job done against icon-packed Real Madrid. You do not understand. They even brought on more icons that I didn't showcase. But Salford City, the class of 92, get their glory. In 2027, that has got to go down in the history books. No other Champions League final can contend to that. 4-1 down at a stage we were. We brought it back to 4-4. We conceded in extra time. We had everything go against us. We dig deep, and we've completed the rebuild challenge in 8 seasons, and that man Paul Scholes cannot go unnoticed, cannot go unmentioned. He was the main source of all our success. It is a beautiful sight to behold. Scholes lifts the trophy up high, and Salford City are your Champions League finalists. The fans are going crazy. The confetti's out on the pitch, and we have a new contender in England. Forget Manchester City, forget Manchester United. This is where it's at. If you guys did go on to enjoy that, I believe that final's got to deserve a like. Drop it a like down below, subscribe, turn on those notifications for more FIFA 20 career mode content, rebuild experiments, challenges, you name it, it is on the channel. Follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description. Comment down below who we should rebuild next. I have been BCHD. Stay safe, and I'll catch you all in the very next video. I can't promise it is going to live up to this video, but stick around. I'll catch you all next time.